Assalamu alaikum, dear students. As already discussed in our previous lecture, that statistical series are of two types. Number first, individual series, and number second, frequency series. Frequency series are further classified into two more types. First, discrete frequency series, and the second important type of frequency series is frequency distribution, or we can say continuous frequency series. We discussed the discrete frequency series and the other types of statistical series in our previous lecture. Now, in this lecture, we are going to discuss frequency distribution, also known as continuous frequency series, and its different types. Dear students, frequency distribution is a statistical series in which items assume a range of values and are placed within the range or limits. In other words, data are classified into different classes within a range. The range is called class interval. The number of times an atom occurs in a particular class interval is shown as frequency against the class interval. Thus, in such a series, that is in case of frequency distribution series, different values of the variables are shown in a continuous manner along with their respective frequencies. Dear students, this type of statistical series is also known as continuous series or series with class intervals. Now coming to the types of frequency distribution. Frequency distribution are classified into five major types. First, exclusive series. Second, inclusive series. Third, open-end series. Fourth, cumulative frequency series. And the fifth type of frequency distribution is mid-value series. Dear students, before a detailed study of the different types of frequency distribution, let us first understand some important terms related to frequency distribution or continuous frequency series. First important term related to frequency distribution is class. A class is a range of values which incorporate a set of items. For example, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20 are called classes. Another important term is class limits. Students, the extreme values of a class are called class limits. Each class interval has two limits, lower limit and upper limit. Thus, class limits are the lowest and highest values that can be included in the class. For example, take the class 5 to 10. The lower limit is 5 and upper limit is 10. Thus, 5 and 10 are the class limits or extreme values of 5 to 10 class. Another important term related to frequency distribution is magnitude of a class interval. Students, magnitude of a class interval is the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit of a class. For example, in a class 5 to 10, the magnitude of the class interval would be the difference between the upper limit, which is 10, and the lower limit, which is 5. Thus, the magnitude of the class interval is 10 minus 5, which is equal to 5, which means 5 is the magnitude of the class, or we can simply say it as class interval. Magnitude of a class can be found out by using the formula given in this slide, which is I is equal to L2 minus L1, where I is magnitude of a class interval, L2 is upper limit of the class interval, and L1 is lower limit of the class interval. One more important term related to continuous frequency series is class size. Students, size of class refers to width of the class. An important decision while constructing a frequency distribution is about the size of the class interval, that is, whether it should be 5, 10, 15, etc. This decision would depend upon two important factors. Number first is the range in the data. Range is the difference between highest value and lowest value of the statistical series. And the second important factor upon which the size of the class interval depends is the number of classes to be formed. A simple formula to obtain the estimate of appropriate class size is given here in this slide. That is, size of class S is equal to range R divided by number of classes N, or simply S is equal to R divided by N. For example, if the height of 1000 students are spread over 100 cm to 200 cm, that is, it varies between 100 cm to 200 cm, and we want to form 20 classes, then class size would be found out by using the formula given here, which is S is equal to R divided by N. R is the difference between highest value, which is 200 in case of our example, and lowest value of the statistical series, which is 100 in case of our example. Thus R is 200 minus 100, which is equal to 100, and we want to form 20 classes. S is thus equal to R divided by N, that is 100 divided by 20, which is equal to 5. Thus, in case of this example, the size of class or the width of class should be 5. Now coming to the types of frequency distribution, first important type of frequency distribution is exclusive series. Students, exclusive series is that series in which the class intervals are so fixed that the upper limit of one class is the lower limit of the next class. It is called exclusive series because frequencies of the upper limit of each class interval is not included in that class. Or we can say the frequencies of the upper limit of each class interval is excluded from that very class. Exclusive method of classification ensures continuity of data as the class intervals are not broken since upper limit of one class is the lower limit of succeeding class. The data given here in this table are classified on exclusive basis. It is clear from the table that the upper limit of a class interval repeats itself as the lower limit of the next class interval. Our classes here are 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on. And it is clear here that the upper limit of first class interval, which is 10, repeats itself as the lower limit of second class interval, which is also 10, and so on. Students, it may also be noted that all values corresponding to the upper limit, say 10 in the first class of our table 0 to 10, have not been incorporated in the class interval of 0 to 10, but in the class interval of 10 to 20 and the like. In case of our example, 50 students are securing marks ranging from 0 to less than 10, and 85 students have obtained marks ranging from 10 to less than 20. A student who is getting exactly 10 marks would be classified in the 10 to 20 class group and not in the 0 to 10 class group. Now coming to another important type of statistical series, which is inclusive series. Students, inclusive series is that series which includes all items up to the upper limit. In such series, the upper limit of a class interval does not repeat itself as the lower limit of the next class interval. Thus, there is a gap between the upper limit of a class interval and the lower limit of the next class interval. The table given here in this slide illustrates this type of series. In the table here, 10 to 14, 15 to 90, 19, 20 to 24, etc. represents an inclusive series. Thus, all the items ranging from 10 to 14 are included in that class interval. Like students getting 14 marks will be included in 10 to 14 class interval. Likewise, all the items ranging from 15 to 19 would be included in that class interval, and so on. Now coming to another important type of statistical series, which is open-end series. Students, in case of open-end series, the lower class limit of the first class interval and the upper limit of the last class interval are missing. Instead of the lower class limit of first class interval and the upper limit of the last class interval, different terms are used, like less than or below is specified in place of the lower class limit of the first class, and more than or above is specified in place of the upper class limit of the last class interval. Like the table given here shows such a series. In this table, we will see that the lower limit of first class interval is missing and the upper limit of last class interval is also missing. In order to determine the limits of the open-end class intervals, we have to give same magnitude to those class intervals as is of the other class intervals in the series. For example, in this table, the magnitude, that is the difference between upper and lower limit of a class of other class intervals is 5, which is 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. Thus magnitude here in case of those classes is 5. Thus we have to give the same magnitude to the first class and the last class in order to get the limits of the first and the last class interval. Thus our first class will be 0 to 5 and last class will be 20 to 25 if we want to convert the open-end series into simple statistical series. Now coming to another important type of cumulative frequency series, students, another one more important type of statistical series is cumulative frequency series. Cumulative frequency series is that series in which the frequencies are continuously added corresponding to each class interval in the series. It means that in such a series, the frequencies are progressively totaled and aggregates are shown. Table given here in this slide shows the cumulative frequency series. Dear students, there are two important ways of converting the simple frequency series into cumulative frequency series. In first case, cumulative frequencies are expressed on the basis of the upper limits of the class interval. For example, in the case of our table, it is less than 10, less than 15, less than 20, less than 25, and so on. And by doing this, we will get the more than cumulative frequency series. And in the second case, cumulative frequency series are expressed on the basis of lower limits of the class interval. Example, more than 5, more than 10, more than 15, and so on. And it will give us the more than cumulative frequency series. Now coming to the last important type of frequencies distribution, which is mid-value series. Before discussing the mid-value frequency series, let us first understand what is mid-value or midpoint of a class interval. Students, mid-value is the value lying halfway between the lower and upper class limits of a class interval. And the formula for calculating mid-value of a class is upper limit of the class plus lower limit of the class divided by 2. For example, in a class interval of 10 to 20, we can get the mid value firstly by adding the upper limit and the lower limit, then reduced the result by half. So in case of 10 to 20 class, mid value is 10 plus 20 divided by 2, which is equal to 15. Now coming to the mid value frequency series, mid value frequency series are those series in which we have only mid values of the class intervals and the corresponding frequency series. Dear students, table given in this slide shows such a series. Here in this table, only the mid values of the class intervals are shown, that is 5, 15, 25, 35, 45. These are the mid values of different class intervals and corresponding frequencies are shown here. This series, that is this mid value series, can be converted into class interval series. What we have to do, firstly, mutual difference between mid values is determined. For example, in our case, the difference between the mid values is 10. That is, the difference between mid values 5 to mid value 5 to 15 is 10. 15 to 25, it is also 10. So the mutual difference between mid values is 10. We firstly have to determine the mutual difference between mid values. Second, the difference so obtained is reduced to half. The difference we get, which is 10, is reduced to half. That is, we have to divide 10 by 2. When we divide 10 by 2, we will get the result of 5. The result thus obtained, that is 5, is deducted from mid value in order to get lower limit of class interval and added to the mid values in order to get upper limit of class interval. Thank you.